This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, Freakazoids? How's it going? So this is the first day of the new month here. Kind of a slow day in the early show. We're going to probably have to cancel doing that trial. It was like nobody was watching it. But yeah, it was really slow over there. I think there was 40 people watching at one point, at the highest, or maybe 46. I think there was 46. Hello, what's going on? So, gonna have to find something else to put on during the day. Hey, wow! Thanks so much, classical guitarist. Very nice. I was reading up above where you're out touring somewhere. Man, that'd be nice. I don't know. Is there a big name trial going on? I don't know. Is Sarah Boone the one with the suitcase? Maybe. I was going to play the BTK. It was like a 49-minute or maybe an hour or something where he talks about what he did. Something like that. What makes that one interesting to people, other than that she put him in a suitcase? I'm just curious. Yeah, I was thinking of doing like, I mean, I don't know where you find the full trials. I think they exist. I think Dahmer's trial is all videoed somewhere, but it doesn't seem to exist in one place. Like, day 1, day 2. I don't know. This seems like a boring... I'm not sure why the Boone one's going to be interesting. I mean, one of the problems is I have to be interested in doing it, too, you know? Yeah, those are pretty interesting. We did a show with some body camera footage multiple times. I think those are pretty interesting, yeah. We did one, during the daytime I did one of... this lady was pulled over. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them that are interesting. Yeah, and also I want to thank you to Tosh, who sent in a PayPal earlier. She's been dealing with some personal things, so she hasn't been around. So thank you. And also, let's see. What about the Night Stalker? I don't know if they exist. Hello, Lillian. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody likes Tosh in here. Like, she's really nice. Friendly to everybody. Hopefully she comes back one of these days. Full time again. Yeah, but I mean, go find the video of the full Night Stalker trial. I wonder if there's a way to get these things, like on Freedom of Information Act or something. I mean, who has these things? Why is that, Cindy? I thought you were going to get your retirement and just chill out. Well, the trials would be interesting. Yeah, it would be. What do you mean you've seen? There's a whole trial of the Night Stalker on YouTube somewhere? So anyways, you guys, if you guys like to help support the channel, we are starting the new month now. We had a great month last month. We were able to donate $6,000 to, if you missed last night, we donated $5,000 last night, but $1,000 a week or so before to Black and Missing, and we donated a ton of money this month. So it's a good month, and it'd like to be nice to keep it going. If not, we don't. So I inserted my opinion, huh? I get it. So, anyways, you guys know what we do with the money here. It goes to support the channel, and it also goes to support various true crime related charities. Yeah, last night we did Black and Missing 500, Innocence Project 500, NCMEC 1,000, RAIN 500, Texas Echo Search 500, our DNA Fund 2,000. That equals 5,000. Thanks, Bama Forever. I could just read it right off the screen. And we've given $163,600 since January 2020. This year, currently, is $36,850. Yeah. And so the only way that makes it happen is you guys helping support the channel on a nightly basis. All right. So I know we just had donation night yesterday. If you're somebody out there that can afford to support the channel tonight, thank you. All right. And that's a lot of money. 100 what is it? 163,000. Man, that's a house. Hey, thanks, Bama Forever. That was very nice of you. Okay, which one do we... Let's do the body in the barrel first, okay? So this is one that I think Ada sent me this link the other day.
Showing support for a great channel.
Well, thank you. So it's kind of a weird place because it wasn't found. It's found in this little sort of. I mean, there might have. I mean, there's certain times of year where look how different the beach. Wow, Jesus, what the hell was that? Well, this is when a tidal wave hit the planet and killed every. What is this thing? Okay, those are clouds. I was just. I thought. Well, you can't see it. I was just showing you guys this. Look how funny this is. I was looking at, I think it's way back in here. Yeah, that's sort of what it looks like today, right there, right? But then I moved it over to here, and I was like, whoa! But I guess those are clouds. But that was pretty funny. Thanks, Axion. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. So I'll show you why I think this one and let's see, is it this one or this one? That one right there is probably the closest. It's also June 2009. So, dead body found in container in Malibu Lagoon. Do you live anywhere near this area? Anybody out there? So this is yesterday's paper. Okay, so this is the way the story appeared yesterday. A homicide investigation was in progress after a man's body was found inside a container at Malibu Lagoon State Beach Monday. Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a dead body found inside a 55-gallon drum. Well, I was wondering, maybe you, but it was found on Monday morning. A beachgoer reportedly found the drum floating near the shore at about 10:27 near the 23200 block of Pacific Coast Highway, according to the Sheriff's Department. I just used the park's name and the geographical look of a image. Lifeguards pulled the barrel ashore and opened it. Oh, that'd be cool if you could. I mean, I don't know if you want to go stand on the shore right where it was found, but lifeguard pulled the barrel ashore and opened it to find the unclothed body of a black male inside. Paramedics pronounced the unidentified person dead at the scene. No further details about the body were immediately released. It was unclear how long the container and the body had been in the water. Which one is it? This is yesterday too. Hold on, I think there's like a commercial on this one. Just a second. Okay. So there's the barrel. And see, there's other shots that I've seen in other videos that show you. There you go. I know you can't hear it.
Los Angeles. We're told a surfer came across that 55-gallon barrel this morning.
And Deputy
Tent covered the 55-gallon.
They pulled it to shore, and inside they discovered a deceased human body.
California State Park Rangers and deputies with the LA County Sheriff's Department swarmed the popular tourist spot, closing off a large part of the beach for the investigation.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be out here.
Yeah, so this kind of shows you the barrel was found down there. Right where this camera is a parking area, which is right here. So basically it's looking like this, and I bet you anything, if we take this and then look in the background, it should look similar to that. Oh, and boy does that look similar. You see that? It's right there. So that's what I'm saying. This time of year, apparently there's this little other lagoon that comes in like this and then goes out like that. Wouldn't want to say, oh, like that, bing, 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 and that right there, because you'll see it on another channel real soon. As soon as you do something like that, they put it right out. Oh yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, thanks, Iris Rainbow. It's next to one of the wealthiest areas in Malibu Colony. Yeah, so it's sort of interesting the way that's set up there.
Here all day.
I don't know what happened, but we just want to take a walk. And then the police said we have to clear the area, so you have to go to the tower.
These surfers had to pack up early. Other visitors still try. Noticed some white lettering on the barrel, but he could not decide.
Okay, I'm going to switch that one up. Hold on. I don't know if this is the one.
A body found inside that barrel in a lagoon just steps away from a popular beach filled with people. Tonight, the body was taken away under a white sheet. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam joining us live now in Malibu with what he...
And the discovery here in Malibu is leaving people with so many questions. This new video shows the body found in a barrel off the Malibu coast being taken away in a white sheet. The image is strange. Detectives carrying the mystery man as tourists play all around them.
Hey, thank you, Velvet Army.
Our camera capturing the moment.
Thanks, Velvet Army. I missed that.
A coroner arrives to get the body found in a 55-gallon barrel over the weekend. According to detectives, a maintenance crew initially discovered it floating in the water Sunday and brought it to shore, then left it. Monday morning, a lifeguard cracked it open.
Oh,
finds a body inside.
How would you like that? A lifeguard. Let me see what's in here. Oh my God. I mean, Jesus. That's a life-changing moment.
What?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
That's kind of scary.
Roommates Hadley and Kaylee from Studio City are
just because
actually belongs to, or how long the body has been at sea.
It didn't look to me like it was.
Very curious to figure out what happened and who it
was. Been there a long time.
My prayers and thoughts are with the family of whoever it is, you know. I can't even imagine. Very curious to figure out what happened and who it is, because, yeah.
Yeah, so homicide investigation was underway after a lifeguard found a man's body inside a barrel at Malibu Lagoon State Beach. This is ABC 7. The 55-gallon drum was first observed at the lagoon Sunday afternoon. Sanitation workers spotted it in the water and brought it to shore. They got in a kayak and went out to get it, brought it to shore, said Lieutenant Hugo Reynaga with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Thank you, Texas Annie. Apparently it was too heavy and they didn't want to open it and they left it on the shore. High tide rolled in at about 8 p.m. and carried the drum back into the water. Monday at around 10:10 a.m. a lifeguard spotted it floating and swam out and brought it back to shore. Boy, isn't that the last thing you would... I mean, let me ask you this. How many of you, put a 1 if you see a barrel floating in the water, if your first thought there is a body in that barrel? Because I'm going to put a 1, okay? I think people who do true crime are immediately thinking there's a body in that barrel. I'm not swimming out to a damn thing. How about you? Yeah. Oh, not me. I would just think it was a pontoon of some sort. I don't believe you. I think the first thing you think of is when a barrel's in the water is floating, is that there's a body in it. High tide rolled in around 8 p.m. and carried the drum back to the water. And then it says how long the barrel was in there and the cause of death of the person inside are mysteries for now. That will be subject to investigation. Authorities are looking into reports that it was spotted several times over the weekend. They also said the barrel has a printing company chemical label on it. The body remained inside the barrel for most of the day Monday as investigators processed the scene. It was removed early Monday evening. Most of the Malibu beach remained open Monday, except for the lagoon area where the body was discovered. All right. Oh, and I did message. I talked to D&K Rec today. He texts me from time to time, and he said that "Hey, bro, we're doing okay. We're both working on a Bravo TV show until September." Okay, so they do. They work on movies and shit like that. So sometimes they're not really around. Okay. Yeah, so this is the body found in plastic barrel floating in water in Malibu. This is today article. A lifeguard found a man's body in a barrel at a Southern California beach on Monday after seeing the container floating in the water, officials said. Homicide detectives and let's see, what is it? It says homicide detectives with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are investigating the circumstances around the death. The black plastic 55-gallon drum barrel was first found and brought ashore by a state park maintenance worker at Malibu Lagoon State Beach on Sunday afternoon, but the remains were not discovered until Monday They got in a kayak and went out to get it. So a kayak, okay, that's better. Brought it to shore. And apparently it was too heavy and they didn't want to open it. Oh, that was the first group. And they left it on the shore. You know, it was too heavy, they didn't want to open it. So the barrel was eventually swept back into the water, where a lifeguard spotted it the next morning and brought it to shore. The lifeguard opened it and discovered the body. At about 8 p.m., there's a high tide here, and there's a possibility that the container could have come in from the ocean and then got stuck in the lagoon, but we don't know. The department knows how the man died, but is withholding that information until the man is identified. So probably I would just, something that quick would probably be like a gunshot wound or something. But isn't it sort of interesting that they're nude in the barrel? I mean, how'd that come about? I mean, what's the point of that? He said the barrel in the water over the weekend, he suspected it contained toxic waste. Yeah. Alright, this is the last one on this. Body naked man found inside plastic barrel washed up on Malibu Beach. Police in Los Angeles have launched an investigation after a man was found dead inside a barrel that washed up on Malibu Lagoon State Beach. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said in a release that a lifeguard on the popular California beach noticed a 55-gallon plastic barrel floating in the lagoon at around 10:10 a.m. on Monday. When the lifeguard retrieved the barrel, it's the same story over and over, drum, and opened it, he found a dead, naked black male inside. Investigators pronounced the victim dead at the scene and have launched an investigation into the circumstances. I mean, what's so weird is, like, why do people even do the barrel thing? They always float to the surface, you know? I mean, it's just strange. Lieutenant Hugo Renaga with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Homicide Bureau said it in a press conference per Associated Press that the barrel had been spotted in the lagoon over the weekend prior to the lifeguard opening it. Yeah, so now that angle is probably more like this. I think. No, maybe it's kind of hard to say. I think it's back like that again. Here, let me move it forward. Oops. Oh, there it is, right there. See that? I think this road right there is right here. See? I think. It sure looks similar. But who knows? I mean, it's right down here, and when the water was right there, the barrel was found right in that area. I can see it on the... What am I looking at? What am I looking at, Simple Life Days? Hello, Mary Tanner. Oh, hey, thanks, Lillian. Appreciate it. Yep, there you go. Here's a second, I gotta drink water. Well, they do have the my garage, the bathroom doors on. It's got molding around it. The hardwood floors are well, they're not really hardwood floors, they're like tile that looks like hardwood floor. That's in there. Now he's sort of doing some finishing work, and then the next thing would be painting, and then after everything's painted, the plumbers come back in, put the sink in, the toilet in, you know, that kind of stuff. Still got some ways to go here, but I think we're kind of on the home stretch. It's pretty cool. Been a long journey. So. Yeah, it'd be great to have a place where I can just kind of veg out and make videos quicker. You know, just be like, boom. I think I need to put more videos out there. You know, the 10, 15 minute thing. Oh, I spell stuff wrong all the time on the titles. You know? You know what was funny is I was thinking of the other, and it's weird too because two things are spelled wrong, and I already fixed it. So that's the crazy part. I remember fixing this one. So that's spelled wrong, and Barell. There's two things spelled wrong. But I think I fixed that one. The thumbnail had it right on one of them. Dude, I don't spend enough time reviewing my thumbnails and stuff for some reason. I just kind of quickly, I'm spending the time getting all the rest of the stuff together. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's gonna be way better having me in there. And then she can move around freely. Like during my shows, she sort of avoids coming in here. And I'm in the living room, which we have a small house, so it's just kind of the whole house. So, sort of sucks. God, what is going on? What? Every time I look at something, it's spelled different. Weird. You mean after you... okay. Yeah, I mean, I do screw up on there. I do make spelling errors from time to time, I have to admit. Huh? I don't know which one you're saying. Yeah. You know what's weird is, I mean, it's weird how some places spell barrel with two L's at the end. I don't know if it's a European, I don't know what it is, but look at right here, like Barrel Craft Spirits. Yeah. There goes Blue with his coughing again. So I don't know. Tell me how to spell barrel. Don't know. Is it two L's or one? Yeah, see, there you go. No, I mean, you look it up and it doesn't correct you when you try to spell barrel with two L's. So, okay, I guess that was good. One of the things that's weird is I think I spelled Allisha Watts' name wrong, but that was on the thumbnail it's correct, but not on the... So I think I have to fix something else, because if that's spelled wrong, it's probably wrong in... There it is. In the written part, too. There we go. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it does. I've seen it spelled with two L's, so I don't know. I spelled Alicia's name wrong, though, again. Because that was also spelled in many articles with one L, not two, and then I found that it was spelled with two L's, and then... Anyways. We don't have a date for surgery or anything. But I have a number to call to speed up to get an appointment with the cardiologist. I guess that surgery, they don't do much anymore because it's got too many complications. So, I don't know. I think there's just medications that work better. They're just using an over-the-counter, basically cough medicine. But, yep, you guys, we slowed down again up here. So if you guys can help support the channel, that'd be great. We can get to the goal on the first night of the day. The day show didn't reach the goal. Wasn't even close. So if we can reach the goal on this show, it'd be awesome. Law, director, legislation uses Latin a lot. So annoying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They should get rid of legalese out there. It's ridiculous. Forget it. Stupid. Yeah, it's got 2 L's too, Gretchen. Go look it up. Yeah, it's got 2 L's as well. So I guess we're going to wait for an update on how he died, and maybe they can identify him, but he's nude, so it might be hard to identify him unless they can still get a fingerprint or maybe some other method. I don't know, but clothing might have identified him or something. Who knows? Thank you, Eugenie. Yeah, well, you know what's funny is I didn't really make any spelling errors because it's spelled with 2 L's as well. Yeah. They mentioned LASIK. I think they mentioned both of those, Gene. Maybe a fluid removal thing, but I don't think his lungs are having a problem. Huh? I spelled Malibu with an OU. Who are you talking to? Yeah. This is a weird... I didn't spell with a U, Sean. I mean, there's a U in it, but not Malibu with, B-U. Yeah, I don't understand why either. We, usually get a troll that comes in and derails the show, and then you spend time talking about that. People you never see in your life, they come in and make a comment, and then you're on to something else. Who spelled it that way, Sean? You talking to me? I know, Sean. Where did I spell Malibu like the way you just said it right there? I know that, Allisha, I spelled that one wrong. I said that. Man, is Sean Pellegrino a troll too now? Okay, well, when I looked it up, it didn't have it that way. I actually looked that one up. Okay, like right here. Malibu Lake, California. M-A-L-I-B-O-U. Over here, Malibu. Maybe it's a different one. I don't know. I just looked it up, though. I actually looked it up to make sure. Now go to something else, Sean. Thanks. Now this one spells it, the article has it with a U in there. Just U, right? But I'm just saying, I don't know if that's a different Malibu or what. I don't know, man. I'm confused. Okay. So what's the other Malibu then? There's another Malibu in California with an OU? Because the weird part is in my mind, I thought it had just a U. But then I go, let me see, is that right? And I looked it up, and oh, there it is. Spelled with the OU at the end. So if it isn't, we'll have to fix that too. Yeah. I guess I'll just go with the article. Yeah, but you can look it up the other way, Danielle. It's in California also. Anyways, I'll tell you what, why don't you guys hang out here and discuss spelling errors. I'm going to go do something else, okay? I mean, this is just turned into a lunacy thing. I actually looked up the word Malibu, and it was spelled the way when I found it was OU. I mean, this is just ridiculous right here. Now, Allisha, the reason it was spelled wrong is like copied and pasted something from before, and I already fixed it. I think it's important, obviously, but you know, like people call me Gary all the time. Whose body? No. They found a body in a barrel. Thank you, Kathy Chapin. Yeah, I mean, I meant to spell it correctly because I looked it up. I mean, how am I supposed to know that there's another Malibu in California? Wow. Anybody? Anybody know how I'm supposed to know that? Maybe make sure I got this all spelled right over here. Okay, there. Got that one. Barrel and Malibu. Okay. Got it fixed. Okay. And then we'll save it. Okay. So that the anal people out there will feel good about themselves. Okay, got that, and we'll edit this, and we'll go ahead and fix that, and everything should just be hunky-dory. Alright, that should be good. Now, I don't know if it'll update the thumbnail quite yet, but it's out there. Thanks, Tammy Morell. So I'm just going to shut down the chat so I can't see it. Thanks, everybody. All right. So we just did the barrel in Malibu, spelled however the hell you want to spell it. Hey, thanks, Tawny Lee. And the next one, we're going to do Madeline Kingsbury. Spell that however you want, okay? L-Y-N, 2 D's, do whatever you feel like. This is one we covered a while back. We had the affidavit and everything like that. I mean, I think spelling is important. I'm just saying, can you let me know after the show or something? Does it really matter, like right now, when we're just trying to get through it? I actually spent time looking up how to spell Malibu, and I got it wrong. I must have looked at the wrong freaking Malibu in California. Sue me, okay? speaking of that, that's coming for somebody else out there. Alright, what do we got? Is this the one where the husband was... No, it's the one where... this one. Kingsbury is the one where Adam Fravel... Remember how they... I think they were dating, have a kid together, something like that. And at 8:15 she was at home. And let's see if we can pull this out there. And then at 9... that was a.m. in the morning, I think. At 8:15 in the morning. And then the husband... Something happened to Madeline at home between 8:15 and 9:47 because he's putting a new license plate on the back of it. Adam is. And then at 9:55, the husband leaves with Maddie's van. They had both dropped their daughter off at a daycare center prior to that. And then he took off, and then he comes back at 10:31 and backs his car in. And then 1:28, the van's also in the drive. No, excuse me, it doesn't take off yet. At 10:31, the vehicle's backed in towards the garage, where it was likely loaded with Madeline's body. But when he put the license plate on backwards, she's already dead. At 10:31, he's finally, put her in a certain situation, like wrapped her up probably, then put her in the back of the van. And then at 11:26, that's when the van leaves the area, at 11:26. And then the van comes back at 1:28. Hey, wow, thank you, Cali Gal 3. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, you should have been here last night. It was amazing. We did $5,000. And you're always so supportive, and throughout the month you made a big difference in being able to do that as well. So thank you. Right, so that's what happened on this case right here. They both came home together at 8, maybe around, I think it was 8:30, because they left at 8:15. No, they're at home at 8:15. They dropped the children off at a daycare center, came back together. Then he's putting a license plate on backwards at 9:44. Then he leaves for a little bit in her van at 9:55. And then I think it was... I can't remember what he did, if he went and got gas or something like that. It was a while ago when we went over that. Then at 10:31 he backs in. I think he went and bought some supplies or something. Then he backs in here, and then at 11:26 the van drives away, and then at 1:28 it is observed back in the driveway again, which is 2 hours later. All right. And look where the vehicle was also down here. It pinged here. Okay, so let's go back up to here again. After leaving the house at 11:26, the van pinged right down here at 11:44, or it was seen on a video. Whatever it is, they have it. Then it was at around 1, it's seen right here. Then the vehicle reaches this down in this area at 11:56. And it's down in this area for a while, then 11:59 down here. And his parents live right down here, down in this area. So let's see. Fravel turns around. Not sure what he was doing there, but I can't remember that part. But this is his parents' house here, and apparently the body was likely maybe even found in this culvert right here. Way later, after they gone in and investigated and researched, and then he's heading back up this direction. He's here at 12:44. 11:59, it was heading south there. Then 12:47 right here. Then 1 o'clock right there. Doesn't have the time on that one. I think they think it may have gone up like that or something. And then makes it back to the house by 1:28. See, van observed in driveway. Okay, so that's where we were left there, and they found her body and everything. No, it's not new at all. We've covered it many times. It's just not popular, even though it should have been, because it's an interesting case. They have a lot of detail in it. Yeah, you hardly heard about it at all anywhere. So, Adam Fravel, final text message to Madeline Kingsbury revealed in search warrant. This is now. Search warrants unsealed Monday in the case against Adam Fravel. I wish we could get that search warrant. That'd be pretty sweet. The man suspected of killing ex-Madeline Kingsbury, leading to a month-long search in southern Minnesota, revealed text messages sent by Fravel in the hours after Kingsbury went missing. Fravel is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder in Kingsbury's death. The last contact Kingsbury had with their family was on the morning of March 31st. Despite ongoing efforts by law enforcement and hundreds of volunteers, Kingsbury's body wasn't recovered until June 7th. That's how long she was just gone. A Fillmore County deputy discovered the body along a remote stretch of Highway 43 just north of Mabel, Minnesota, where Fravel's family lives. So I don't know if that... Oh, let me go down there. Yeah, this is 43 here. This is just off of 43, so I don't know. That they made it sound like it was found right there when we went over the search warrant. Literally exactly how they described it. Just north of Mabel, Minnesota, where Fravel's family lives. Fravel was arrested shortly after the body was discovered. The warrant's documents alleged abuse by Fravel that Kingsbury had reported to friends and family, allegedly warning others that if something terrible happened to her, Fravel would be the one responsible. Where that's Melissa Pesky all over again. The search warrants also Cheryl Coker. Also discussed Fravel's apparent obsession with the Gabby Petito case, a young woman who was murdered by her boyfriend in Wyoming last year, which also sparked national media attention. The search warrant, which sought access to social media accounts belonging to both Kingsbury and Fravel, along with emails, phone, and GPS data, included 2 series of text messages sent by Fravel. The first set includes the last messages Fravel sent to Kingsbury, which may have been sent after she was allegedly dead. The second set includes an exchange between Fravel and a friend after Kingsbury's family reported her missing. Fravel had told police that he had left the phone in Kingsbury's van around 10:30 a.m. on March 31st to take some belongings to his parents' home in Mabel. Yeah, so he even admits that he's... What am I looking at? What am I looking at, Cindy? Type in a sentence, you know? Jesus. Okay, well, we already saw the full warrant from before, okay? Another warrant. This is a newer one. Do you have this new one with the text message? Because we already went through the entire warrant from before, laid out the time and everything. Okay, so make sure it's the new one that they just put out like today. I have a feeling it's not going to be. Okay, hold on. Oh, the article's from today. Where is it though? Okay, down here at the bottom. Is there more than one page? Okay, let me just... Everything's so much, it's always hard. It's never just something simple. Ah, God. Yeah, there are different numbers here, but they're all different pages. It'd be nice if somebody would just download the pages and put them together and give them. So hold on, gonna have to take time here, you guys. One, two, three. Oh, there's a whole bunch of pages. Man, there's like 1,000 pages here. Oh man, I can't do all these. So if anybody wants to take the link, and there's literally 25, 30 pages here. I don't know why they would load it up like that. It's ludicrous. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I mean, I think there's 50-something pages. So if anybody has the time and they want to like take down, I'll just do it later. We'll do this again at a different time. Right. All right, so I'll just put that in the the folder there. Mm-hmm. The search warrant, which sought access to social media accounts, belonged to both Kingsbury and Fravel, along with emails, phone, and GPS data, included 2 series of text messages sent by Fravel. The first set includes the last messages Fravel sent to Kingsbury, which may have been sent after she was already dead. The second set includes an exchange between Fravel and a friend of Kingsbury's family, reported her missing. Well, thanks for sending that, Cindy, but I'll go try to download all those 650-something pages another time. Fravel had told police that he had left the home in Kingsbury's van around 10:30 a.m. on March 31st to take some belongings to his parents' home in Mabel. He said Kingsbury had told him she was going to do some work. Is that what it said? Hold on. No. It was 11:26, not 10:30. That's when it backed into the driveway. Yeah, this article doesn't have the right information in it. It says it left the home at 10:30. It didn't. He said Kingsbury had told him she was going to do some work downstairs in her office and head to work in Rochester. Fravel said he sent her text messages that Kingsbury never responded to. When he got back that afternoon, he noticed his car was still there, but Kingsbury was nowhere to be found. Got gas in van and stuff ready to go. Gonna leave soon. A text sent at 10:29 a.m. from Fravel reads, "Gonna leave soon. When do you have to leave? You just gonna stay home?" Fravel quickly added, with no response from Kingsbury. Yeah, he's trying to make it seem like she stayed at home and then disappeared when he got back. At 1:33 p.m., after Fravel had returned home, he sent a follow-up message reading, "I'm back and my car is still here. You get a ride or something?" Jeez, what a nice try, buddy. In the other set of messages sent that night, Fravel frets over Kingsbury's family calling the police so quickly after she went missing. It hasn't even been 24 hours and I saw her this morning, Fravel argues. Nobody tried to reach me at all until 7 p.m. Let's see. Fravel said, I talked to police. This is in the evening that day. I talked to the police who or what prompted you guys to check at the house. I'm so confused. She hasn't been gone for a day yet. So I'm not freaking out, but everyone else is. Yeah, because they actually know that this isn't like her. And they probably have heard information about you. And now it's even weirder because you're questioning why they're worried. It's like, wow, I needed more time to clean things up. And Fravel said, so Katie called the police? And Fravel said again, she was leaving for Farmington in the morning. Witness number 1, 9:45. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Weird that no one can get a hold of her. And then Fravel said, wow, that's a little out of bounds of Katie. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Like he's just going by, hey, nobody's going to call the police because, you know, everyone who waits 24 hours, right? So. And then witness number 1 said, not really. When no one has heard from her most of the day, apparently no one has been able to reach you either to at least know you've heard from her. You can't blame people for being worried, man. Nobody tried to reach me at all until 7 p.m., which was Megan, so I don't know what you mean by that. The documents also detail the disintegration of Kingsbury and Fravel's relationship, including allegations of abuse by Fravel that Kingsbury had confided to her friends. Kingsbury and Fravel shared 2 young children when she disappeared. Kingsbury and Fravel were in the midst of a breakup, with Kingsbury telling Fravel to move out. The day Kingsbury disappeared was the first time Fravel had spent the night at their shared residence. It was the first time Fravel had spent the night at their shared residence. Kingsbury was also preparing to move to a new place in Winona. According to the search warrants, Kingsbury had rejected Fravel's plans to move the family from Winona to Mabel, closer to his family. Kingsbury had also begun seeing a man she had met online, a relationship Fravel knew about. More disturbing, friends told investigators that Fravel had been abusive and controlling. One friend said that Kingsbury told them that Adam had been beating the hell out of her for years. The friend said Kingsbury warned her, if anything happens to me, know that Adam did it. Friends told investigators that Fravel had become abusive about the birth of their second child. Kingsbury allegedly forced Fravel to go to therapy after a choking incident. Wow. In the documents, her new boyfriend said Kingsbury would turn tracking off on her phone anytime she came to see him because Adam would text her nonstop. Another friend told investigators that Fravel wouldn't allow Kingsbury to talk to the new boyfriend in his presence. Fravel also apparently had an obsession with the death of Gabby Petito, even telling investigators he was infatuated with the case. The documents also allege that Kingsbury told friends Fravel had threatened her, saying, if you didn't listen, you'll end up like Gabby Petito. So, anyways, where is that? Fravel took steps to avoid GPS tracking. In the search warrants, authorities write that Fravel went to great lengths to conceal the location he visited or traveled on March 30th. That includes steps to turn off location tracking on all of the accounts He had also deleted location data from his iPhone and iCloud accounts. He also disabled an advertising ID on his iPhone that disabled third-party tracking. Investigators said cameras inside the Kingsbury home had also been taken down and their SD cards had been removed. Investigators also said Fravel controls the cameras at his home and his parents' home. On his Facebook account, Fravel is listed as having studied computer science in college, and Fred said Fravel was very tech-savvy. Despite a computer science degree, Fravel had not been employed for a few years and played video games all day long. He also lived in his grandmother's basement. Holy shit, where's Zozo? Man, this one's right up her alley. No, it doesn't say that. Oh shit, I turned off the goal there. Yep, so we've reached the goal, but that's just the goal, man. That's just the goal. On his Facebook account, Fravel's listed as having studied computers. Cadaver dog gets hit on shovel. On April 10th, a neighbor told investigators that his trail cameras had captured Fravel riding a Polaris Ranger on property near his parents' home in Mabel. In the photo, a long-handled tool was visible in the bed of the Ranger. Investigators had just executed a search warrant at the Fravel property 2 days before the photo was snapped on April 9th. Reviewing body camera video from the search, investigators spotted a shovel with a similar handle in the Fravel garage. Due to a burning pit at the Fravel home, that's just like remember Frazee and whatever, I can't remember her name. The residents, while waiting a search warrant, freezing a residence allows them to detain people at the home while they wait the search warrant. Despite the freeze, authorities say Fravel took off in the Ranger, but was stopped at 80th Street near Highway 43. In the bed of the utility vehicle was the shovel. Let me see. On April 10th, a neighbor told investigators that his trail camera had captured Fravel riding a Polaris Ranger on property near his parents' home. In the photo, a long-handled tool was visible in the bed of the Ranger. Wow, so that means he was like buzzing around up in these, out in this property somewhere. But then he must have removed her from the property and then put her into that culvert. This is kind of weird. I think he moved her body to a place they had already searched. I guess this is more here. Pursuant to a search warrant, investigators seized the Polaris Ranger that Fravel was driving, as well as the shovel that was located in the bed of the Ranger, and placed them in a secure storage. Later in the day, 2 certified land and water human remains detection dogs, commonly referred to as cadaver dogs, deployed separately around the Polaris Ranger. Both dogs, alerted, indicated that the bed of the Polaris Ranger at or near the spade of the shovel. Per Minnesota, Wisconsin, canine search and rescue cadaver dogs are specifically trained to find human remains and alert their handlers to their location. They can be used to locate human cadavers, body parts, and body fluids involving new or old cases. Well, hell, this is one we need Susanna back in here, right? According to Search Dog Organization of North America, HRD dogs are trained to specifically find the odor of decomposing human remains. HRD dogs are trained to ignore live human scent and animal scent and only indicate on human remains. Simultaneously, law enforcement conducted a large-scale search of landowners, approximately 800-acre uninhabited property, which continued through April 14th. During that search, law enforcement located. During that search, law enforcement, I think it's supposed to be located. Welcome, Pirate Girl. says I updated. Located an area of fresh dirt. However, law enforcement did not locate any remains in that area of fresh dirt. Deputy reported that it appeared that an area of dirt was transported from elsewhere and dumped there. However, law enforcement has yet to locate an area that it came from. Interesting. I'll tell you what they need to do is hurry up and get going on. I actually saw it one time on a show where they could use something that looked like Google Earth, but it was video. And they could go back in time a week. Could you imagine? I mean, the storage you'd need for something like that is absolutely ludicrous. But, yeah, maybe someday it'll be available. All right, somebody say something mean so I can get thrown in jail. You know, say something bad that I have to respond that you guys... What is wrong with these people? A separate and custody battle can be worse than arrest, trial, and prison. Can't be. No, it can't be, but they're not thinking that at the time. So here's this guy, she was going to divorce him, and again... now he's going to have to pay child support for 18 years and, you know. On 2 kids, too. And he's unemployed. So he's probably... let's just, I mean, be honest. I mean, this guy looks like a freaking nut job. Okay, that's that one. It was just set. So there he is right there. Adam Fravel. This is Madeline Kingsbury. I mean, why she was ever with that guy, who the hell knows? Oh, look at this. So this document has it too. But I wonder if, did they let you download it? Oh, I already had the damn thing. Didn't even see it. Oh, well, that's only 6 pages on this one now. Or is that the original? What is this one here? Hold on. That's definitely not the same one. Yeah, that's a different one. Not sure what that one is. Oh wait, are these all... oh, these are different here. So these are different downloads. So is it this one? Here, let me just take a minute here to download these things. Let me go back out. So it looks like these are different portions here. So there's this one first. This is 6 pages long. Okay. Let me go back out to the next one. Let's see. Right there. This one has 7 pages in it. This one has 7. And this one has 9. And this one has 8 pages. Pretty sure this is the same ones in that other one. This one's got 9. No, this one's 12. Hell, I don't know. This is getting pretty big now. Another one. 11. I have to dig through this one. This one's just huge. What do you mean? You want to I know you're trying. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me get into the act here. Let's see. What do you mean you want to talk about spelling errors again? Didn't we already do all that? Didn't we already talk about the spelling errors, you guys? Come on, we did that for hours ago. I'm having a hard time. You could throw me in prison anyways, though. Just pretend that I was angry. You know, I'm not. I gave it a shot, though. I gave it a shot. Yeah, fake Matt is funny. I can't. It's nothing. Yeah. Thanks for trying, though. Yeah, that was pretty good. Man, this is like hundreds of pages. If this is all the same. Yeah, I can act when I'm, that's when I, obviously you see me do it with different characters and so forth. See, look at that. American lady threw me in prison for being so mean, as it was said. All right, there we go, everybody. So mean. I'm going to have to go through these. It's crazy. There's all these 12-page documents. Hundreds and hundreds. Wait a minute. Does this keep going? Oh, man. Oh, I wonder if I was just kept downloading the same one. No? Doesn't look like it. Yep, I'm in prison now, you guys. Trying to get this month started off on the right foot. I had a slow day today. We're just barely here on this one. Okay, there we got the Snickers by Doohickey. I did have a Snickers ice cream bar today. Those are good. Bail for you're so fake, so mean. Well, it just didn't work. It made me laugh, the stuff that you guys were saying. So I wasn't able to literally get mad at something. Yeah, so that's enough to get out the. I give a key to the guard, I guess, and maybe you give him a biscuit. There. But you guys are like, he wasn't even mean. Can of tuna. There we go. Oh, look at Brown-Eyed Girl got on the bail train. That's enough to get me the Uber. Danielle got me the meal to eat. Except I got kicked out. Now, here's what sucked, everybody. Everything was going fine, right? I got through the gate. Paid off the guard a little bit. I got into the Uber that Brown-Eyed Girl paid for, but then I pulled out the can of tuna fish that Danielle gave me, and lo and behold, the Uber kicked me out halfway home. So, what happens? You walk, Gray, you walk. A meat stick, as Alex calls them. Or Alec. Yeah, Alec, yeah. A meat stick. Who the hell eats a meat stick? Hey, thanks, Eugenie and American Lady. Yeah, don't drop the soap. Yeah, imagine opening up a can of tuna fish inside an Uber. How long do you think the Uber driver will drive you around? Answer at 11. Oh yeah, breath mint for the tuna. Yeah, that's probably something that's not. How about this? Let's put onions and tuna in the one can and just gobble them down, and then sit right behind the Uber driver and talk over his shoulder asking questions. How long do you think you would last in that vehicle? Thanks, Doohickey. All right. Thanks, guys. Dale Snickers ice cream is my favorite. Oh, isn't that good? Yeah, it's really good. Although I have to admit, I thought I was buying my wife today some caramel something or other, but it turns out it was like Cheesecake Factory caramel something ice cream, cheesecake ice cream. Whatever the hell it was, man. She gave me a bite of that, and it was over. I just kept stealing it back and eating it. 1/2 to Bill, 1/2 ramen noodles. Good. Maybe the ramen noodles will clear out the tuna and onions, maybe. Yep. Well, thanks you guys for bailing me out of the imaginary jail that I was never actually in. When you guys normally throw me in jail, it's a real prison with mean people and everything. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, this thing goes on for days. Look at this thing. How come? I mean, really? There's like 400 pages in this? We'll figure it out. There's just so many. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, well, look at that. I mean, yeah, so the thing is, these are, every one of these things here is, so on here it's a ton of, look at all the, every time that little download PDF comes up, look at that, watch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's just, yeah, 35 of them, right? But each one of those has like 12 pages in it. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's happening if they're repeating it over and over. Okay. Well, you might have to give a little more than that for me never to say that again, Christy. But yeah, I'll try my best, all right? Never say that again. Yeah. Doesn't sound good, does it? That was funny. Bam Forever just was like, yeah, breath mints for the tuna. I know it is good on a sandwich, but yeah, it's not something you want to go and talk to, you know, do anything intimate with it for the next 6 weeks. Okay. I mean, basically, when you're eating a tuna fish and onion sandwich, you're oh, sorry about that. I just said it again. I screwed up already, Christy Kazi. But anyways, if you're eating one of those, you're basically saying, I don't want to be anywhere near you for the next week. All right? To whoever you're with at the time. So I already said it again. Sorry about that. But hey, I'll try from right now. Anyways, I'll figure out what the hell's going on with these documents. I don't know. Let me just see what these look like. State of Minnesota. That one's 7. Okay, it's different. That one's 12 pages. And that one's also 12 pages. So are those the same? No, they're not. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're done with that one, but sounds like He wrote some pretty damning sort of cover-up emails and whatnot. But I think a better way to do this is I'll go download these and maybe try to figure out what the hell's going on and put together something more comprehensive. Because I think this one will be an interesting case. Hopefully if they video this trial so we can watch it, it'd be pretty awesome at some point. Yeah, so I'll go try to find all those things. I'm gonna have to spend some time downloading again as I stopped, but there's definitely a ton out there. So get that later. What is? It's just, I think I can smell it when somebody says it. I'm probably just crazy. Pay me no mind, Christy Kazi said. It's just, I like the way she wrote it. So you just read it the way she's saying it. Watch this. So when somebody says, quote, tuna and onions, Christy Kazi says, it's just, I think I can smell it when somebody says it. I'm probably just crazy. Pay me no mind. Yeah. So let's do the Allisha Watts here. Just a couple articles on that one.
Obtained by ABC 11 shows that detectives investigating the case search for evidence of murder at the Charlotte home where James Dunmore, Allisha Watts' boyfriend, lives. The warrant shows the house was searched by the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police on July 26th. In addition to searching the home, police also were authorized to search an Audi Q7. According to the warrant, cell phone records show Watts' phone, Dunmore's phone, and Watts' car, a black Mercedes, were at the home from about 3 in the afternoon on July 16th to about 6 a.m. on July 18th. The document says later that day, authorities found Dunmore alone and unresponsive in Watts' Mercedes after an apparent suicide attempt.
Yeah, so that's bad news. He was found alone and unresponsive after an apparent suicide attempt. That's actually something that was definitely crossed my mind. I was wondering that. If he did something to himself. I don't know if I said it or not. I think I did. Don't remember though. But anyways, if he's killed himself, then that, tried to kill himself, then that means that he's feeling guilty about something. It's kind of like, it's like Brian Laundrie, right? I mean, that's what he did. He killed himself. He didn't want to deal with it. So that's bad news. That means he did something prior, pulled into a public place like that, and then tried to kill himself. So how he tried to do that, I don't know. Was it, ooh, it hurt? Or is he still alive? Or what's going on? The search warrants first obtained by ABC affiliate, so there's search warrants in this one, it'd be cool to see them, show that Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has been searching for any evidence of the crime murder as well as materials that may be used to clean or cover up evidence of a homicide or assault. Investigators searched Watts' boyfriend Charlotte's home and Audi vehicle parked at the home on July 26th. That's 10 days after Watts was last seen alive. The narrative for the warrant says cellular data records that have been obtained show that Allisha's phone, her boyfriend's phone, and a vehicle all returned to the home at 1633 Pamela Lorraine Drive. Oh, wow. So they made it all the way home. Was it in South Carolina? No, it's north. God, how many Pamela Lorraine drives are there, for God's sake? Yeah, so we have the right one here. That's James Dunmore's home. Interesting. So I already had that. So the home that I had for him was his home. Okay. At around 3 p.m. on... So let's do that again. The narrative for the warrant says cellular data records that have been obtained show that Allisha's phone, her boyfriend's phone, and the vehicle all returned to the home at 1633 Pamela Lorraine Drive at around 3 p.m. on 7/16/2023, and all three remain at the location until around 6 a.m. on 7/18. Huh. The search warrant shows that detectives seized clothing, cell phone, camera, tablet, laptop, memory card, swabs, and photos during their search. Hold on. So what's the... has been missing since July 16th, they say right here. So the cellular data, though, shows that she was still at the house, her phone anyways, was still at the house on 7/18. What's going on, Zozo? Here, let me check something. Hold on. I thought you were talking about something else. Oh, I thought you were referring to something else. Something, it would have been better. Anyways, the search warrant shows that detectives seized clothing, cell phones, camera, tablet, laptop, memory card, swabs, and photos during their search. Investigators identified Dunmore as Watts' boyfriend, Dunmore as Watts' boyfriend, and the person who lives at the home they searched, but investigators stopped short of calling him a suspect in the case. Well, he's definitely a suspect. Okay? I mean, he is the person who's responsible for her being missing currently. Previous police reports say Dunmore has a history of domestic violence and identify him as a person of interest in the case. Dunmore was also found unresponsive in Watts' car. So just think of it like this, everybody. You know, she hasn't talked to anybody since the 16th, but her phone was still at the house until the 18th. Then they find her car. He's in it. And he's attempted to kill himself in her car. I mean, to me, that is like 99 point something percent that he's responsible for her disappearing. Now, there's always that other 0.1, that's out there. Now, it wasn't just drug problems. He was a very violent person. I think this is the right... Is this the same case where... Yeah, Dunmore was the one that has abduction, assault, all kinds of stuff in it. Previous police reports say Dunmore has a history of domestic violence and identify him as a person of interest in the case. Dunmore also found unresponsive in Watts' car on July 18th. So the same day, by the way, everybody, that that her phone... So look at it like this even more now, you guys. So her phone is last pinging at his house. But now it's not pinging anymore at his house because the phone's gone and she's gone and he did something to her and then he tries to kill himself on the very same day too. See, you have all these things together. The new warrant said he was unresponsive after apparently trying to kill himself. At this point, Watts' whereabouts remain a mystery, and there have been no arrests or charges filed. They never give you a status of him, though. It's just really frustrating. Like, what are you guys doing? Let's see. Records show a Charlotte man had apparently tried to commit suicide before he was found in a car belonging to his missing girlfriend. In warrants released Tuesday by Mecklenburg County Court, there were additional details of the events leading up to Allisha Watts' disappearance and the reporting of her missing. The initial complaint about Watts' disappearance showed that she and her boyfriend, James Dunmore, missed a comedy show at Bojangles Coliseum where they had already purchased tickets. So they were supposed to go to a concert, but I wonder what day that was supposed to be, because that would show that even when her phone was still pinging at his house, they missed a concert. She likely isn't alive anymore at that moment. And further advised that Watts had not shown up for work all week. The complaint, which was from a cousin, noted that this is extremely out of character. The report on Watts' disappearance was filed by CMPD on July 19, 2023. A day prior, on July 18th, Dunmore was found in Watts' car in Anson County and was inside the vehicle and was the victim of an apparent suicide attempt. What do you mean, victim? It further noted that Allisha was not in the vehicle. Search warrants indicate that police were looking for any evidence of the crime of murder to include but not limited to pistols, shotguns, firearms, and any other dangerous weapons which may include lives or other deadly sharp instruments. Include lives? You mean knives? I think knives is what they meant. Tuesday's release of search warrants comes as there are new revelations about Dunmore's criminal past out of state. Dunmore, who has a Charlotte address on Pamela Lorraine Drive, has had several previous addresses in Virginia. Past charges include assault and battery, stalking, and abduction. Yeah, a lot of that going around. According to the Virginia judiciary, no, my mouth is so dry, it's crazy. I can't even, everything's stuck. Let me get some, that's weird. You know when you're doing a voiceover, a good thing to eat is an apple. For some reason it gets rid of the sort of tacky sound that you get. Huh? Yeah, I said knife. Wild beef. In 1997, Dunmore was charged with felony escape. This case has been marked as resolved. In 2000, Dunmore was then charged with felony assault and battery. So they're looking at been verified as well. In late July, CMPD and the Anson County Sheriff's Office confirmed with Queen City News Watts' vehicle, a black 2023 Mercedes-Benz, was located on July 18th. Yeah. I think on the 25th is when they reported that they had found it, that it was found on the 18th. Yeah, well, I mean, he just, it's pretty obvious, you guys. This is one of those really obvious ones. You got a very violent person who is at his own home with his girlfriend and mother of the child, I think. Don't they have I can't remember now. Jeez. But anyways, they're all there together. The phones. and them. She doesn't communicate with anybody after the 16th, but her phone's still sitting at his house. And then on that same day that her phone quit pinging at his house, her vehicle is found, and there's a person in the vehicle, and that's him. James here. He's in the vehicle, and he's tried to kill himself, James Dunmore. And so why would he be trying to kill himself in her vehicle if he has nothing to do with it? That's what they want. They, that they that everybody says. They want you to believe. See, this is one of those conspiracy theorist heyday type cases. You can just invent something. Like the actual clown YouTuber. He loves doing shit like that. He could turn this thing into one of the most complex, crazy cases you've ever heard of, involving the 15th precinct of the FBI and the 9th precinct of this one. There's a guy that worked there that had a left shoe that was the size of Shaquille O'Neal's on his left foot, but his right foot was much smaller. Now, we look at the crime scene here. We see that there's some footprints, but some of the footprints aren't quite as large, but there's one that really sticks out. So we're kind of thinking that it's this one guy with this huge club foot. So what we're really looking for here is a guy that looks very similar to Quasimodo. Yeah, okay. It's easy to do stuff like that. It makes for a much more interesting show. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, yeah, they indicted again, yeah. Instead of looking right in their own backyard, they keep going after the same guy over and over and over again. Well, TNT could top him for real. Yep, I don't care for conspiracy theory cases. It gets too dicey. Well, no, they just don't exist. Here's why conspiracy theory cases suck. Is because they're only real 1 out of like 100,000, and yet they're covered as if they happen all the time. Well, Gray, those other ones that happened too, we just weren't able to uncover it, so the public bought into the narrative that was being sold. Because that really isn't Brian Kohberger. He's not really the murderer, everybody. He's just the look over here shiny object person. What's really going on is it's part of the police department, a big cover-up scandal with all these... You notice in the Kohberger case and the Delphi case, all these wackos are accusing the police of they are part of something. How come? Why do you guys do that shit? I get these emails from people. They sound so ridiculous with, great, now here's what you don't understand. Now here's what was going on in the police department in Delphi. So they screwed up because they didn't get the one lead early on that would have made a difference, okay? But there's no cover-up here, okay? There isn't something like the people working for the police department have something to do with something and they were trying to hide it. So why is it happening in the Delphi case and the Brian Kohberger case? Anybody have any ideas on that one? Seriously, why are those two cases, out of all the ones out there, all of a sudden it's this big police cover-up? Oh, the incompetent people in Moscow, Idaho. Yeah, they were really looking at this other guy. So I don't know how their brains work, man. There's these people on YouTube that every single night do these panels talking about the Kohberger case with the same, like, 7 or 8 people just staring blankly into the screen, saying the same, just bullshitting about nothing. There's nothing interesting. There's not even any possibility that anything that they're saying is real. They're just having this conversation. Now, I heard that there was this, okay. I know that's fun for some people, but we have a rotating storm headed our way. You know, I actually had a funnel cloud coming towards my house at one time. I know it's hard to believe, but you don't really think of Oregon as having funnel clouds. I had one. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it was almost like that. I think it's like a video at the very beginning, years and years ago. Can't find it. Yeah, there was this really windy storm, and I look out the window and you could see it. It was formed, and I got so lucky because the wind blew it, dissipated it. Like somehow the rotation switched, and just got pure luck out of that. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't know if you're still here. LM sent me a PayPal in here. She wanted to say that, you know, she's always thinking of you, Jen H. And Kubi, she wanted to send you her prayers for what you're going through with your dad. So there you go. I'll say those are the moments where you go, gosh, you know, LM, she's nice. And then all of a sudden, you know, who knows what the hell happens on those other days, but that's why I kept her around for so long. Isn't that weird? Anyways, what do we got here? No, nothing about you, Cindy. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice of her. Why would there be something about you, Cindy? She said, if you could kindly send my condolences to Kubi after the loss of her parent, I would appreciate it. Also, can you let Jen H know she's always in my prayers? Okay? So that's a nice thing, right? So who knows? Maybe one of these days we'll bring her back in again and try it again, you guys. You just never know. But, you know, some of the stuff going on lately, it was hard to... Man, Cindy, you got to be around more, man. You're just like... Yeah, wasn't that good? I like that call too, yeah. See? And there's Tina right there. Nah, not really. Cindy, if you didn't know, then you hadn't been around. We had horrible storms in Chicago. You know, one of the things I always wonder is when they go, man, there was a tornado in it must be global warming because we had a tornado today in our city and it was the last one we've had since 1838. And then I say to him, was there a global warming in 1838 when that tornado came? Well, I mean, it was you. They don't really have an answer, you know. Hey, it's pretty weird though, right? I'm not saying there isn't man-made, that we contribute to some environmental change. Yeah, I always thought that was funny too. Remember how it was always global warming, global warming, global warming, and then it got changed to global climate change instead. Because it would be we'd have these really cold years, and they were thinking, how do we work that one in? Oh, yeah. It's just any time the climate changes now, it's, I'm sure that all the crap we put in the air has something to do with climate. Is it has something to do with as big a... Because every year they go, hey, next year it's the end of the world. And then, oh, wait, it's still here. Okay, maybe in 10 years from now, wait, it's still here, so let me... So it's a little weird. I definitely think, we could do better. Here's what I would love, everybody. If everything did run on electricity, but it was as easy to use as gasoline. Does anybody have this kind of time? You drive down the highway for 100 miles and you're out of juice, and then you have to sit there for 3 hours while your car charges. Then you drive another 100 miles, and then you sit there for 3 hours while your car charges. Yeah, maybe we can get once we get to a point where you can go 500 miles on a battery, and here's what I would think, is that you just, once you get to a station, you just replace the battery. You immediately just switch it out. You go click, click, boom, you're out of there in 30 seconds, right? There isn't a charging time. You just have these generic batteries that everybody uses that are really long lasting. You go 500 miles, you switch out the battery, you put it in, you keep driving. There isn't a time where you plug your car in. Unless you get to your hotel, then you plug it in. But these stations would have hundreds of batteries just sitting there. You pull up, and they're always charging. As soon as they get them, they start charging them. And then let's say each station can do 400, 500, 600 batteries a day, but there's a whole bunch of these places. Doesn't that sound like a way better idea, you guys? Instead of having the station be a place where you plug it in. Yeah, so they should make it, so here's what they should do, is the battery should be generic. A battery that, all the companies put money in together to build one standard battery that every single car manufacturer uses, and then their job is to build their own vehicles that can use the battery that we're all using. Right? So then it's simple, because it's just like gasoline is gasoline, right? So make the battery where everybody puts money into a pool to build incredible long-lasting batteries, and then the individual companies make the cars that they think people would want to drive utilizing those batteries. Once you've got that figured out, then you would take the batteries and you'd have these stations where they're just absolutely chock filled with batteries that are exactly like yours. They're standard. You get there, you set them up in a way kind of like a DJI drone is, where you just click and pull it out and then slap another one in, and you're off to the races. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it amazing? If you just sort of think about something for a few minutes, it just kind of... Well, that wouldn't work, Ray. You see, because we have... Okay. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you have it? I don't know what you're saying, Alley Cat. Yeah, we were talking about cars. Let's see. Why wouldn't you have charging station on your own car? Well, you would. Let's say you can charge your own battery, but when you're on a long trip, do you really want to wait for hours while your battery's charging? You don't, right? So what you want to, when you're driving, is you just replace the batteries out, and then when you get to your hotel or wherever you're going, then yes, you plug it in and charge it, and you're ready to go in the morning until you need to get to another place. And maybe you would just have an extra battery, but there's got to be a point where the weight of that counteracts the cost, and who knows? That's not a bad idea. Lights in a handbag. But we were talking about cars, though. Do they have any solar panels that you would have to go on top of that? And I don't know. Thought the blue-haired cousin saw her get into the passenger seat of her car with him driving, leaving for the show on the 16th. But they're saying her phone didn't leave his house. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. So maybe when they were getting into the car, they weren't really going to the show, and he made her leave the phone at home. Or maybe he was like, you don't need to use your phone. You know, controlling. Because apparently he was kind of a controlling person. So he might not have let her take her phone. He might have said, you know, you're always on your phone. Can you just do one time when you're not on your phone? And then she left it there intentionally. And then maybe, who the hell knows, man. They never made it to the concert, so. And it could be that her phone was turned off for that period of time. Then he went home and then he turned it back on. But that sort of seems convoluted, you know. Well, you guys remember how the nylons that women wear, you know, the little nylons that would run? When they first made them, they didn't run at all. They were like, they'd last, one pair of nylons would last like 2 years or something. And they were like, God, this sucks. We could never sell another pair. So then they made them weak so that they get runs in them and you'd have to buy another one. So it's like built-in obsolescence. Isn't that shitty? Yeah. Let's make things worse because we can sell more. Oh yeah, Meg? Still have silk stockings from the 40s. Did you used to, I mean, I don't mean to ask, but were you wearing them in the 40s? I mean, I'm just asking because I don't know if I've had somebody that's been on this earth that long watching my show. Yay, thanks for doing the body and a barrel story. I live nearby. Hey, hey Swooloo, I spelled Malibu wrong though originally because I looked it up and there was a Malibu Lake with an OU and another one, and boy, that just didn't go well in here. I gotta tell you, I spelled it Malibou because I looked it up. And amazingly, it's just a U. So, Danielle, are you in the southeast? No, she's not. It was so stupid. That conversation. It's like, who gives a crap? I actually looked it up and it was wrong. How do you like that? They should make stockings out of metal. Yeah, that'd be fun. Clanking around. Like chainmail. Yeah. Hey, boy, you guys are just really yakking up a storm there. You guys are hilarious. All right, let's get on to the next one here. The Rex Heurman. I do have documents in this one here. There we go. So this is I think this might be like the search warrant affidavit, something or other. Here. Oh man, my stomach is just. Cindy J said, "Wild beef, your comments are weird." Boy, great observation, Cindy. You should actually be a sleuth. You know, I mean, telling us that person's comments are weird, man, that is very astute observation. As if we hadn't noticed that on every single night that we're... One of these days we might have to get our buddy Georgina to come up here one of these days. He's got some wild stories. What are torpedo bras? Have no idea. All right, I'm going to get onto this right here. This is a Heurman, I think the affidavit here. Evidence related to the designated offense, trophies, example, personal items that may belong to any of the victims, including but not limited to their telephones, articles of clothing, jewelry, identification, notebooks, ledgers, Bibles, personal effects. So these are giving us hints of things that are missing. Right? So right here we know things that are missing from the girls because they're saying telephones, articles of clothing. They haven't found all those. They haven't found all their jewelry. They haven't found all of their identifications. They haven't found the notebooks that they may have had, or ledgers, or Bibles. So well, obviously some of them had Bibles or something like that. Personal effects and or photographs or recordings depicting the victims described herein. So did he film them? Take pictures at his house? When he brought him to his house, did he I wouldn't be shocked at all if he took pictures. Forensic or trace evidence, including but not limited to DNA materials obtainable through but not limited to fingernails, toenails, animal hair or fur, human hair, and human skin fibers, bodily fluids, as well as any latent fingerprints and palm prints or any other indicia utilized to determine the identities of occupants of said location, premises, vehicles during the planning, commission, and or concealment of the designated offenses, as well as materials or cutting of the following materials that could contain the aforementioned forensic and or trace evidence, including but not limited to furniture, mattresses, carpets, rugs, flooring, animal cages, crates, litters, playpens, beds, towers, steps, clothing, electronic devices, including but not limited to cellular phones, tablets, and all computers, as that term is defined in Section 156 of the New York Penal Law, including but not limited to modem, mouse, monitor, tablets, auxiliary drives, and peripheral devices. Any and all computer or digital storage media, including but not limited to servers, external hard drives, solid-state drives, USB or USB flash drives, also known as thumb drives, or thumb drives, memory cards, digital tapes, zip disks, floppy disk, jazz disc drives, Blu-ray discs, DVDs, CD-ROMs, and CDRs, just regular CD. Yeah. And or digital audio players known as MP3 players. Photographic camera, digital cameras, video digital cameras, VHS recorders, and players, and any other video recording devices, and all VHS cassette tape, paper photographs, books or magazines containing images or communication pertaining to the designated offenses, and records, any records, whether they be in physical or electronic form, including but not limited to journals, ledgers, notebooks, books, or photo album, or other information related to the designated offenses, wherein evidence may be recovered, including but not limited to notations, photographs, news clippings, articles, literature, books, etc., regarding any of the victims described herein, or serial killers generally, as well as any documents such as notebooks, journals, photos, albums, Word documents, or software manual containing passwords or other notations, such as notes regarding the various phones, email social media accounts utilized in furtherance of the designated offense, any documents relating to the recent occupation, renting, tenancy, purchasing of known instrumentalities utilized in the designated offense. Anyways, they just go on and on and on here. So Gilgo Beach murder updates. Rex Heurman appears in court as prosecutors turn over 18 gigabytes of evidence, which is really, I mean, it is a lot. It's not really a lot digital anymore, but it's a lot, I mean, technically. Like if you printed off 11 gigabytes of paper, it would probably fill up, like, you know, or 18 gigabytes of paper would fill up a lot of books. I mean, it's a shitload. Yeah. Gilgo Beach suspected serial killer Rex Heurman appeared in court on Tuesday afternoon for the first time since he pleaded not guilty in the bombshell case 2 weeks ago. Mr. Heurman joined his attorneys and the Suffolk County District Attorney for a conference at the Suffolk County Court regarding the schedule for handling the massive amounts of discovery. This is a 13-year case, so as you saw, we have a great deal of information, evidence, photographs, reports to provide to the defense counsel. Authorities revealed that a massive amount of evidence has been recovered from Mr. Heurman's home. Wow. So they're actually saying evidence. Massive amount of evidence. Not, they didn't just call it like a massive amount of items were recovered. You know, this is evidence, like literal things that point to him being the murderer. And after his estranged wife, Asa Ellerup, pleaded for privacy. The 59-year-old suspect was arrested on July 13th and charged with 6 counts of murder in the deaths of Amber Costello, Megan Waterman, Melissa Bartholomew. He is also the main suspect in Maureen Bernard Barnes and should be, in my opinion, the suspect in the Asian male that was a cross-dresser. The women, all sex workers in their 20s, went missing in 2009 and 2010. The remains were later found along a stretch of roadway in Long Island shoreline community of Gilgo Beach. Mr. Heurman pleaded not guilty in his first court appearance. Let's see what this one is. The estranged wife of Gilgo Beach murders.
Let's talk about sex. As you get a little older, things tend to work a little differently.
I felt standing here with my law enforcement partners in the Gilgo Task Force to announce.
I don't want this one. Jesus. This is getting crazy. Okay. Oh, man. How do I get rid of these? Get out of here. The estranged wife of Gilgo Beach murder suspect Rex Heurman has pleaded with the media to respect her family's privacy. Essa Ellerup, 59, filed for divorce after Mr. Heurman was charged on the 13th of July with murders of 3 women whose bodies were found on a stretch of Long Island. Police spent 12 days searching the family rundown home in Massapequa Park, which has since become a macabre landmark attracting hundreds of true crime enthusiasts. Didn't we do this one yesterday? They deserve to live peacefully. They should be able to walk their dogs and go to the grocery stores without someone shoved in their face, some camera shoved in their face. I'm pleading with you all to give us space so that we may regain some normalcy in our neighborhood. Police removed crime scene tape and reopened the block last week after excavating the home's yard and removing a cache of more than 300 guns from a vault in the basement. Last week, Nassau County Police warned that anyone trespassing at the home would be fined $150. If you don't live on the street or visiting someone on that street and are there to stop and take pictures and break the law, you'll be issued a summons. Man, that'd be great if some of those idiots during the Gabby Petito case would try to show up with their bullhorns. You know, wouldn't that be awesome? Wife of Gilgo Beach murder suspect asks privacy. So that's the same thing in this one. So, man, wouldn't you love to be on that investigative team going into that house to see what the hell's in there? I would. I don't know, Miss Smith. Not really. He didn't have anything to do with it. Rex Heurman's the killer. So anyways, what's going on, you guys? I don't have much. I don't have any more to do. I have this other case I keep waiting to do, but it's too long, so it's hard to get to it. It's called Kurt Sova. Yeah, at least she, wants a divorce right away. I don't think she had a clue who he was. And I think that's how it is most of the time. I think they portray a whole different world and just sneak around and do what they're doing, But I think I'm just going to maybe make this a shorter night tonight. If that's okay. Got to get some paperwork together. Well, what would she have seen, Danielle? So you go, is she that blind? How do you know what the hell was available to see? So, I mean, you can't make comments like that without having a clue what the hell was going on in the house, okay? Man. How can you even say, I'm proud of her, but is she blind? What a ridiculously... you say something nice and then reverse it with the next sentence. Just say, hey, wow, that was really good that she wanted a divorce. Because you don't have a clue how he may have hid something. So, you don't really know, all right? Let's see. Well, I think the serial killer ones are the most interesting ones. I think they're the ones that are, it's just more interesting because it's this different type. They didn't snap or anything like that. These are people that are out there killing because that's what they like to do. It's fun, they enjoy it, they get something out of it. Sexual gratification or some sort of, thrill, something thrilling about it to them. And I think that's what makes them interesting, don't you think? They're sort of like a whole different animal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're the only one, Cindy. Okay, so we don't need to keep hearing your dissatisfaction and well, there's mysteries in those too, Cindy. Yeah, like how they did it and that they weren't even caught all those years. It's exactly the same thing. So your comment about mystery, it made no sense. The monster's family are victims too, and they don't get support. Usually questioned and ostracized. That's why. Yeah, I'd never do that. Very rare, It's like you'd have to have some other information that indicates that they were part of something. Then I care, but generally it's just forget it. Yeah, but isn't scary true crime in general? I mean, well, he probably just had a room. What was the other case that we had where there was a room that yeah, no, it was the one just like a few weeks ago. Remember the guy that killed the 7 people or so, or was that the one? Hell, I can't remember. There was one where there was a room and somebody wasn't allowed into it. And remember that? No, it was the case, that serial killer case. Yeah, there was a serial killer case in Oregon. Remember that? And the guy, he wouldn't let his wife look in there. He would just say, "This is my room. Don't ever go in here." And she just did what she was told. And that's when Zozo go, "I would never let him do it." Well, you go, well, how do you know how you'd be back then? I mean, times were different back then. You know, and yeah, I think it was the one in Oregon. Remember that? All right. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for being here tonight. We've got the what do we got? Classical guitarist. Eugenie gifted a membership. Bama Forever with a cat eye. Axie N. The Velvet Army. Iris Rainbow. Danielle. Texas Annie. Eugenie. Kathy Chapin. Tammy Morrell. Tawny Lee. Bama Forever. And then Caligal 3 with a double cat eye. Without that one, we wouldn't even have been at the goal. Isn't that wild? And then Pirate Girl is a new member. Thank you. Doohickey, Amber Maiden, Danielle, Brown Eyed Girl 714, Eugenie, American Lady, Bama Forever, Doohickey, Jeannie RN, Kathy Friedmaker, Sonia, Christy Kazi, Tammy Morrell, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Right when you tell someone not to look in a room, there's a question of what they're hiding. Right. There is, but back in the day, during certain eras, in the 50s, 60s, you know, women were more kind of like, I don't know, like minding the man what they say. I mean, it's not like that at all anymore, right? I mean, it's kind of ludicrous the way it was. But back then when they would say that, you would just go, yeah, okay, yep. And then you might want to look, but you didn't do it. And yeah, it's a different time, though. Even though they wanted to look, they wouldn't do it most of the time back then. Because that's just how it was, which is weird, you know. I can't imagine my mom ever being like that. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys being here. We got to the goal. We're starting off the month, moving on through this one, see how this one goes. I don't expect to always do like last month. Last month was pretty good. We had another big few days on cases where it made a big difference. Almost a donation night in the middle of the month, which, you know, those are like 3 nights worth. Probably won't happen this time. But I'm trying to look for something for the day show tomorrow, so we'll see what's going on. I'll check out your guys' suggestions. Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Yeah, quite a while.
During this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime detective. projector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector.
Crime sector.
Here's my nectar.
Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector. Hey, thanks, Alpaca Renee. Full effector, interceptor. You don't need a little spectre with a vector.
On his pector.
Without a spectrum. Just a minute. I don't know if you're plus or not, but
I have no agenda.
just type in your suggestion. Who cares who it's from?
I'll serve it to you straight without the
Window, and in the end, I'm gonna send you on a mission to reveal the truth and
Yeah,
all
so let's get right back to
right.
work. All right, everybody.
Oh yeah, and also before I leave, I want to say thanks to the PayPal people, which are forgot to do that, which are let's see, it was LM, Lillian, and Tosh from earlier today. So thank you. Okay. So anyways, that's it, you guys. All right, so thank you guys very much. We'll see you later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, everybody, be safe out there. Whoa, look at that alpaca running! Look at that alpaca running! Look at that alpaca running!
I see it. That's incredible. Thank you. I have to go back. I want to hear the Thanks, Alpaca. I mean, Mary Lou went crazy there. Did you hear that? Thank you, Alpaca Renee. I'm going to see if we got here just in time to hear the Mary Lou just went absolutely crazy there.
Look at Dr. AJ.
You know, you did too. You went absolutely nuts.
Look at Dr. AJ. Jesus. Yes, you did.
Wait, that's me, not you.
Oh, you said that, not me. Okay, yeah.
Wait, what? You sound like somebody else I know on social media who tries to gaslight people after you tell them the truth. You know what I'm talking about, Mary Lou? Yeah, let's see. Where's the music? Ah, shit, we're gonna have to play it ourselves. Just a second. There we go. We'll just do it ourselves. From the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be. Thank you very much, Alpaca Renee. There we go, there we go, there we go. Excellent. Hey, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. All right. Nope, we'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? And be safe out there. Man, I don't even know where to go now. What do I do now when I'm back on this main screen here? I have no idea. But, alright. See you guys later.
Good night, everybody. Yay!
Where are you, Mary Lou? Where are you?